not the most comfortable, and it was blowing a hoolie out. I'm very glad that I decided to crack on to the Bothy. Yeah. It was all right in here. It's a lovely little place, this thing, but yeah, but my 2/3 season sleeping bag needs a liner. If you add a sleeping bag liner, you get another season out of it, basically. So it'll be a 3/4, but 2/3 was just that little bit too cold. I think if I'd been in my bivvy plus a liner, I probably would have been all right outside, but yeah, last night just this on its own was just on the edge of what was comfortable. But anyway, right, I better tidy my mess up. Got everything out. See if I can sort the bike out, clean up the chain. I've got a little half a toothbrush to clean the chain up, get some oil on it, get some toothpaste in my mouth because it's rank, and get going to get some breakfast. Right then, a real quick look around the Bothy before I head off. So there's a little kitchen at the back with a sink, a load of stuff, a cooker. I'm not sure where that gets its power from. Whoa, it's got gas. Oh my god, there's gas. It's got a gas lighter as well up here as well. That's pretty impressive. That's quite impressive for something like this. Anyway, through here into a little kitchen area so you can get your fire going. There's always a little supply of food up there. Bottle of whiskey, not sure I'm going to trust that necessarily. Some lighters, bits and bobs. I'm going to leave a... Oh, what have we got over there? Yeah, that's guest book table. That's where I slept last night, which is downstairs. Anyway, then you go up the stairs, which I think all this bit is quite new. And you got 2 rooms. It's getting more bloody. There's loads of space. Another one over here. Loads of space to bunk down. What's that there? Oh, bugger! Oh, it's a mat or something. I could have slept on that. In fact, that's probably a good lesson then. Have a good search round the night before. But I'm really impressed with this place. I'm coming here again. Anyway, right, next load is to Elan Valley Visitor Centre. It's about an hour and a half away, about 13 miles on this, but then it goes into some quite rough gravel. Once you get off the main road, it gets a little bit gnarly, which is the only reason really I've got these 38mm tyres on. Elan Valley, have some breakfast, and the whole trip today I think is about 110 miles, something like that. I have various routes to go around here and round. No, I'm going straight home. I'm going to head straight back. Yeah, in this whole world. There we go, and there's even on the side here you've got a shitter and a wood store. Brilliant, but it is really isolated. And bloody cold, so I'm going to crack on. It is fucking freezing. Really cold. That's what we got now. Gnarly gravel all the way back to the visitor centre. Great.
Lucky I got some spare socks. But that was a little bit more gnarly and too much speed on and then straight in and slowed too far down. Oh well, spare socks. Right then, so it's a bit demoralising going around this lake because you're constantly thinking around the corner, you never are. You just look and you see this track going up the side of the hill. But anyway, I think that's the end of this track. It takes you all the way around the side there, up into the bridge or dam or whatever it is, and then it's probably about 6 miles into the cafe, which I really hope is open. But feet have dried out a little bit, but still pretty damn cold. Someone's having some fun. Anyway. Tarmac. I love tarmac. Now, hopefully it's all downhill. Hopefully it's all downhill.
In this whole world, you know, there are millions of boys and girls who are in this whole world, there are millions of boys and girls in this
Thank God. Here at last. I'm about an hour behind the curve now. So I've got to work out all my timings again. It's going to be a late one. But a big breakfast. Brilliant.
On the way to Builth Wells. Good thing about Wales is that they've got fast roads and then there's not much traffic. Cycling on this is just easy peasy. Although when the cars do go past, they're pretty fast, but they can see you for miles. There's nothing else distracting them, and this tarmac is just brilliant. I'm just bombing along, no real effort, just less than 100 watts. I'm holding a really nice pace. This is Wales. It's gone from this morning, hellish wind, cold, feet soaking wet like ice blocks, to just a glorious day. Feeling good. I'm going to start taking some layers off now. So now I'm on what I think is the old A70. So there's the new one, but this one is completely dead. You can tell back there that the bushes were growing into the road. No one comes down here. Bit more up and down, and the road is not as fast. I'm not as fast. But there we go. What a glorious day. Derobed. Even got my summer gloves out ready. apocalypse.
There are millions of boys and girls in this whole world.
You know, the worst thing about GoPros is they really do not do scenery like this any justice whatsoever. They're hopeless. That is amazing. So you got the valley going down, you got this road just weaving its way down, no cars on it. Oh, there's a car. River running down. I'm going down that valley that way to Hay-on-Wye next. So I've been through Builth Wells and off to Hay-on-Wye, where I'll have a late lunch, not too much, and then I got another 3.5 4 hours back to the bridge at least. Anyway, there we go. What I'd say about these sorts of rides is that having all day to do it with no rush, no time pressures, you can just stop. And I think stops are so important if you're doing lots of miles. Regular, oh, got a bit of glass on my tyre, regular stops make the world of difference. I mean, so I was feeling awful when I hit that Elan Valley visitor centre. Frozen feet, just feeling drained completely. But there you go, an hour stop there with a nice breakfast. Different world. It's felt so much better. Really worth it. Really worth regular stops. Just makes you, lets you recoup and only think of the next stop. Don't think of the whole distance. If I thought the whole distance, I started to think about that at the Elan Valley, thinking about the whole distance, and I didn't want to leave. I just wanted to stay put. Strange little place this. It's a train station with no rail track. Now I understand that railway line. I'm on it. This route from the Elan Valley all the way back is really, really good. Now they've got a new bypass in. All the old road is just clear, there's nothing on it. The whole thing is just real easy. And this being a train line, an old train line, it's going to be pretty flat. Really impressed. Really impressed with Wales. The nice clear roads, relatively good quality roads. A little bit hilly, but you can't have everything. But yeah, what a place to live. This is getting beyond the joke now. Every time I see a nice little spot like this, I've got to get off my bike and sit down in the sun. In the sun. I'm never going to get home. Look at it. Idyllic. Oh. Me and my bike might move here, I think. place. Why is lamb so expensive? I've never seen so many lambs. It's crazy. I'd like to be a lamb. What a life, up to a point. I'm 5 miles from Hay-on-Wye, which is a gorgeous place. They do a book festival there. Really pretty place. Now that's my decision point. I either go up and I'll try and point it out. Where we go, around there and right. GoPros are rubbish. That's the Gospel Pass, which is a climb I've been wanting to do for a really long time. But it's a killer climb. Amazing descent down afterwards, which would just make the whole trip for me. But that climb to get up there is real nasty. If I'd carbon, I'd do it. Or plan B is I go around the hills that way, keeping it relatively flat, and I get back the boring route. But I have to say, I think I'm probably going for the boring route. See how I feel when I get to Hay, but at the moment I'm pushing out 80 to 100 watts. Not a lot really. I'm taking it easy. I'm in the granny ring all the way up every serious climb. You know, I'm really not pushing out a lot of power, but you know, that's what happens. I think when you do longer distances, you learn to live with less power. So I'd love to do it, but I think I'm going to come back here with the real bike. The real bike. That's so wrong. This is the real bike with the plastic bike, and do it then. My dad lives just down the road, so I might just do that actually over the summer. So the cop-out route it is. Hay-on-Wye. Shooting was 22 Regiment. I know this is all their training area here. And there's a stationary train. I can point it out. Where is it? It's about there. Red and orange. They got a coach down that way. I can hear chat going on over there. Now they're in the open air, I think. So there's a group down there moving around. They're not near the train, they're up in the woods. Yeah, they've just been told to stop. That must be fun. Yet again, don't trust Garmin. So I thought I just want the quickest, I want the easiest route home. I would have thought Garmin would know how to work that out. Nah. It may well be the shortest route home, but the elevation scale tells me nothing. It's garbage. It bears no reflection to the hills I'm going up and down. And all I'm doing is climbing. I say climbing, I mean walking. And then I'm turning all that lovely potential energy into heat as I hoof on the brakes all the way down. Then I walk back up again and then I repeat. So I've done 3 miles in, I don't know, I'm doing about 3 miles an hour. End of the day. So not into this anymore. What a shame. It's been an amazing little trip. But again, yeah, a bit of route planning at the end. I've chosen to come this way. I think that's the main road up there. I think once I'm on that main road, I'm sweet all the way down to Monmouth, and then I'm into climbs again. But, nearly there. Wye Valley, heading south. Gorgeous road, lots of bikes, not much traffic, lovely river. Sun's going down, I'm going down. Morale is picking up. Come on, make my day. Thank you. Tintern. That's it, pretty much home, 6 miles. That is it. Last video. But and that's what's left of the bike. It is coated. That's oil the chain up. But overall, it's performed really well. This has a lot of rough stuff. Yeah, a lot of cussing from me as well. It's had to put up with. I was not happy around Monmouth, but this down the Wye Valley has been freaking awesome. Love it. That's me signing off. Cheerio. Okay, been back a couple of days now. I tend to come straight back, get the wash stuff off to get in the wash, get the electrics off, get them recharged, and the bike just sat there for a day and a half because I couldn't face it, to be quite honest. It was coated in muck. But anyway, it's all been sorted out now, cleaned. A few issues that I found with it is that the paint, due to the saddlebag, for example, that sat there, it's rubbed the paint to the point that it actually rubbed the paint off. A patch about that big rubbed off. Here it started to go as well. I also had problems on the front here where it had rubbed off as well, and down here it had rubbed off. Looks all right now, only because I got some black hammerite out and very carefully touched them up once I'd cleaned it, which matches beautifully, luckily. I've then got some helicopter tape, and I can't advertise this stuff enough. I'll get a piece here. So it basically is plastic, really simple stuff. You cut it to shape, you then spray it. So I've got just a hand sprayer, which is this thing here, any old sprayer. In there I've got a bit of very liquid and some water. You spray the whole lot. It looks a little bit odd because you make everything completely wet, and then you peel the one side of that helicopter tape off, and then you stick it on, and then you use a hairdryer, and you hairdryer on nice and hot, and it really is good at protecting. So it's helicopter tape because they use it on helicopters. So I've now got it on here. I've got it on my top tube as well because I found that there was getting a little bit scuffed. So once I painted this up, I've got it up here as well, and I had a vertical scratch here where the saddleback, where the bar bag was bouncing up and down. So that has been sorted as well. So that's got tape on it. I've also got some tape down here. I've redone the tape on the crank. This thing here, the old tape, well, I had some old helicopter tape on here. That was really scratched. But see, you can't really tell that there's any helicopter tape on there. Like I said, I've got it under here. Here, just where the cables touch the frame. All those little places. I would suggest that when you buy a nice bike like this that you're going to put saddlebags on, you look at where the contact points are going to be and you get some protection on. It is really simple to get it on, and it's actually really satisfying to hairdry it, and then it just folds itself onto the frame. Fantastic stuff. Anyway, how did the bike survive? Has been fantastic. I had my doubts about Mason Bokeh when I first bought it. Had some paint problems, had some design issues there when you're trying to fit the wheels in, which I didn't like. I had some issues with customer service where when I was buying mud guards for it, which was all resolved in the end quite satisfactorily. Just took a while, really. But on this ride, it has been fantastic. It's really stable on the road, very firm, feels planted. I feel confident on it. And on the road, it's comfortable. And a lot of that's down to fit as well. I think the comfort side of it. I had no aches and pains. I can't criticize the bike really. And if I could, if I had anything that I thought, I'm not happy about this or that, I would say, but nothing. I love the thing. I've got other aluminium bikes. I've had plenty of other aluminium bikes. I've got a mountain bike and got carbon, but it's exactly the sort of style of bike that I was nowhere in the world I would take that thing on the ride I've been on. And the Endurace probably would have hacked it, but it would have been a bit uncomfortable on the rough stuff. But this thing has been a little gem. I wish I'd gone for the titanium, and I think I might go for the titanium in a couple of years and convert this into a one by with some 650Bs on it. Is my plan, I think, maybe, but we'll see. Maybe give it a year. I'll have a look. Right, so my overall aims were, number one, to get out and do something, little bit of a challenge, something I hadn't done before, which I did. Yeah, it was definitely a challenge. Even though I planned a lot of it, I was deviating from the plan quite a lot, but I knew which way to deviate because I'd done some planning. I knew what was going to be a safe option. Always had my plan B as I was riding around looking for different places to go and to bivvy down or get some food. But yeah, really good 2-day challenge. Fantastic place to go riding. I can't advertise Wales enough. The roads were really slick, mostly. There's plenty of gravel tracks and forest roads and things like that to go and explore. Not too much traffic. Yeah, really impressed. Number two was to see what I could hack and what I couldn't hack. 100 miles, I think I'm more than comfortable doing. However, not with that sort of climbing, not with 9,000 feet, anywhere between 6,000 and 9,000 feet of climbing. That was a little bit too much for me. I think if I could do a week doing 100 miles on relatively flat, and I could do 2 or 3 days probably doing what I did there. So I've now got a fairly good idea about the distances I'm going to plan for on my bigger trip, hopefully later in the year. And number three, what about bags? Yeah, all the kit all worked really well. The tank top thing for a warm, so just keep your core warm when you stop and when you get going first thing in the morning was really important. If I hadn't had that, yeah, I think I would probably be a little bit stuck. So kit wise, I'm really chuffed with what I took. I would have to take some cooking gear and some spare clothes extra, but I also have, as well as my roll bag on the front, I've also got I think it's called an accessories bag, which sits over the top of that and attaches on. So that would take a bit more stuff. So some other stuff would go into there to free up some space around in the frame bag maybe. And then I've got some extra clothes and some cooking gear to go in the back. But I had plenty of capacity left in the saddle bag, so easily enough to go away for a week with some spare clothes and cooking facilities and so on. So overall, yeah, a success. 3 goals, all achieved. 3 aims rather, all achieved. And the bike is relatively unscathed with a few little chips which I've sorted and learnt my lesson, got some protection on. But yeah, get some helicopter tape, protect your bike before you go out on these things, particularly rubbing points on your gear, but also protect from stones and chips and things like that from, on your down tube and so on. But there we go. I hope this was of some use to some people. Yeah, it probably is going to be a two-part thing. But yeah, I'm already planning my next one.